I'm Joe Garut, and this is the Actors Workshop. So welcome. There's a couple of things. I see people have brought some flyers, so I will share that, and there's more information right back there. Charlotte's Web is opening soon. There's a flyer for that. Please take it. One of the actors you will see tonight is in the show. Actually, two actors are in the show. Sorry. Two actors are in the show, so you'll want to check that out. And also Tom, who is sitting right down here, is directing a show in the fall, 39 Steps, and he's all prepared and has this great audition sheet. I, without a flyer, am also directing a show, which auditions here soon, and you can come and check that out. It auditions the last week of February. There's information online. You can ask me after this evening, and I can give you information. But Bob, A Life in 5 Acts, which is a wacky, eclectic look at Americana and how somebody who's born in a bad situation can still achieve greatness, and really should he be or not? And you get to kind of watch him navigate that in a really weird way. So anyway, so that auditions the 24th, 5th, and 7th of February. This evening, what you're going to see, though, which is way more important than all this stuff, is the culmination of what these 5 people have done since, I think we decided it was November that we started. And we put things off for one reason or another because of holidays and traveling and shows going up and all kinds of stuff. What they were challenged to do in this class was approach the idea of the fact that there's a lot of physical changes that go on stage and vocal changes that go on stage for all characters that you take on. And so you're going to see them do a monologue in roughly the age realm that they are. Basically, the idea is that they're younger the first time you see this monologue. And then you're going to see them do the monologue later in the evening, 30 years older than what they do at the first time. So don't get too hung up because we haven't gotten full costume and makeup on that, on what they do the first time, and compare it to the last time in that regard. But just look at physical changes and vocal changes that they make, because the idea really is that what we want to do as actors is craft our tool into something that allows us to make those changes and show them on stage without trying to show you I'm old, but rather live in the presence of being an older person who has a hitch in their giddy-up because something has gone on, because they're 30 years older than they were the last time you've seen them. Their attitudes change. They deliver lines differently, which is the beauty of seeing it the two ways that you'll see it tonight. It's the same words, but if they've done their job, which they have, you're going to see that those lines carry different weight coming from somebody you recognize as being older. When somebody says, learn this lesson, and they're 20, you go, yeah, all right, fine, buddy. And when they're 50, you go, all right, maybe you get some reason to tell me learn this lesson. You see what I mean? So that's their challenge. So you're going to see young monologues, and then you're going to see a scene that 3 of them have put together. And then we're going to take a little break, get everybody hit the restroom if they need to, and then we're going to come back and do the second set of monologues. Everybody's aged 30 years, and then we have a final scene by a pair of actors at the end. Okay? So let all these people know how glad you are that they are here, and you guys let them know how glad you are that they are here, and give everybody
Tim, ready, Freddie?
Ready, Freddie.
Oh. Do you want us to say our name?
Yes, please. Yes. Yep. Say your name and what show you're doing and who the playwright is, all that good stuff.
Hello, everyone. I'm Katrina Zavalny, and I will be doing a monologue from Goodbye Charles from Gabrielle Davis. I ate them. That's right. I ate the divorce papers, Charles. And I ate them with ketchup. And they were Good! Oh, you want me to get serious about this divorce? See, the thing is, Charles, you always called our marriage a joke. So, let's use some logic here, shall we? If A, we never had a serious marriage, then B, we can't have a serious divorce. Now, can we? No, we can't. The whole thing was a farce to you, Charles. A farce that tasted good with ketchup. Wasn't it just last week when your father asked you why you walked me down the aisle? And you said, for the exercise? Oh. Oh, you're a funny guy, Charles. I'm laughing, not crying. I'm laughing because you're about to give up on a woman who is infinitely lovable. For instance, Paul. Paul has loved me since the 8th grade. Yeah, whatever, he might be a little creepy, but that guy loves me. I mean, really loves me. He's written me over 200 love sonnets. He's proposed 47 times. I mean, that guy sees something in me, Charles, and I value that in him. He even writes it down in metered verses. That's not something you come across just any day. Someone who loves you for everything that you are as a person? No. He might be a little creepy, but I could never ask him to just turn off his feelings for me. But that's what you want me to do for you. To just turn off my feelings. To turn off that sweet voice of yours, Charles. Baby brown eyes. And the way your hands would go through my hair at night. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose you. I can't. I won't. So the truth is, Charles, the truth, I ate the divorce papers. Because I can't stomach the thought of losing you.
Hi everybody, I'm Cut Price. My monologue is from the stage production of the movie Doubt, which takes place in 1964 in a Catholic high school in the Bronx. And the themes are about doubt and uncertainty and the isolating aspects of that, but also what the community goes through when it's sort of suffering uncertainty at all levels. So this is Father Flynn's monologue. Flynn's sermon. What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon tonight. You seek direction from God and can't find it. Last year, when President Kennedy was assassinated, who among us did not experience the most profound disorientation, despair? What now? Which way? What can I say to my kids? What do I tell myself? It was a time of people sitting together, bound together by a common feeling of hopelessness. But think about that. Your bond with your fellow beings was your despair. It was a public experience shared by everyone in our society. It was awful. But we were in it together. How much worse has it been for the lone man, the lone woman, experiencing some private calamity? Nobody knows I'm sick. Nobody knows I lost my last real friend. Nobody knows I've done something wrong. Imagine the isolation. It's as if you view life through a window. On one side of the glass, happy, untroubled people, and on the other side, you. Something has happened. You have to carry it, and it's incommunicable. For those so afflicted, only God knows their sorrow, their secret, the secret of their alienating pain. And when such a person, as they must, turns their eyes to the skies and howls, "God, help me!" what if there's no answer? Silence. I want to tell you a story. A cargo ship sank. All her crew was lost. Only this one sailor survived. He built a raft of some spars and, being of a nautical discipline, turned his eyes to the heavens and read the stars. He set a course for home and, exhausted, fell asleep. Clouds rolled in and blanketed the skies, and for the next 20 nights, he could no longer see the stars as he floated on the vast ocean. He thought he was still on course, but no way to be certain. And as the days rolled on, and he wasted away from fever, thirst, starvation, he began to have doubts. Had he set the course right? Was he still headed for home? Or was he terribly lost and doomed to some horrible death? No way to know. The message of the constellations, had he imagined it because of his desperate circumstance? Or had he once seen the truth and now he had to hold on to it with no further reassurance? That was his dilemma on a voyage with no apparent end. There are those of you in church today who know exactly the crisis of faith I describe. And I want to say to you, doubt can be a bond as powerful as certainty. When you are lost, you are not alone.
I'm Emily Vaughter, and I am going to be doing a scene from Lie of the Mind by Sam Shepard. Yes, that one, the actor they are. And so this is a scene where I am the mother and my adult son has come back home to live for a bit after actually beating his wife and beating her pretty badly, actually. So it's definitely a play about some dysfunctional families, for sure. So. Here now, come on, just try a sip, that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for the whole bowl, we'll work up to that slow. Just a tiny little old sip for now. Jake, sit up here and drink this soup. I am sick of babying you. This is your favorite cream of broccoli. I made it in the blender, special. I don't know why you insist on getting so worked up over a woman. Look at you. I've never in my life seen you looking so put down. You must have lost 30 or 40 pounds. A woman ain't worth that kind of loss, believe you me. There's more pretty girls than one in this world. Not that she was such a looker. I can't even remember what she looked like, to tell you the truth, but she couldn't have been all that great. Someone will come along sooner or later. You're a big, strapping man. You got a little age on you, but that don't matter when you got a strong frame. Your father was still good looking at the age of 60, even though the bottle had walked across his face a few times over. His face was a mess, I'll admit that. I'll be the first to admit that. But he had that strong frame, just like you got. Still managed to twirl my ticket, I'll tell you that much. Somebody's gonna come along, just dying to be encircled by them big bony arms of yours. Don't you worry about that. Now, just try this soup. Just do me a favor. Do I need to play helicopter like we used to? Man overboard, man overboard. Better lower the life support. Looks like he might be drowning. Oh, slowly, slowly. We don't want to lose him.
Yes, sorry about the temperature. Core Rod has lost both heaters in the last week. A week ago one went, and today I discovered that the other one went, so that's why it's so chilly in here.
Yeah, so chilly.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Morrow. My monologue tonight is from The North Plan by Jason Wells. This happens kind of at the beginning of the show, right after she has gone in to report someone driving drunk. That person was her, and she is shocked to find herself in jail. gonna cost me permanent custody of my kids to my ex-shithead, who's just been waiting for me to go back to fucking jail again, which now I fucking am. Thank you, cocksucker! My in-laws are gonna have a fucking field day taking total fucking custody of my kids. My ex-shithead's dumb ass retard of a friend, Larry Carney. Larry Carney! Fucker walks in, hasn't said shit to me in years. Hey, Tanya, let me buy you a drink, Tanya. What you having? Duh. Finally, I'm leaving and he's like, don't get another DUI, Tanya. I'm like, don't you get one, dumbass. I'm halfway home. I'm like, that fucker is gonna call the cops on me. That's why he's buying me all them Long Island teas. Gonna get me drunk and testify against me in a court of law. So, I take the back roads home, driving like 5 miles an hour, all up in the steering wheel, looking out the window, the windshield, stopping every 10 minutes, run around the fucking car trying to get some oxygen. The fuck did that look like, you think? This morning I woke up, I'm like, Larry Carney is gonna fuck me over for Jean's in-laws. I mean Jean's family, my in-laws. Jean, my murdering ex-shithead. He tried to kill me in the bathtub, you know. Jean did. Tried to fucking drown me in the bathtub, and I'd be dead right now, except he fucking pussied out. Got me all drunk and held my head under. I saw white fucking lights, dude. I mean, I saw the fucking tunnel, you know. Finally, I twisted all around till just my mouth was up out of the water, and I said, please, Gene, don't fucking drown me, and he let me go. I can't do it, boo-hoo. I'm like, you tried to kill me, you cock. He's like, no. Then you know what he did? Took me to the fucking carnival. I kid you not. I'm so sorry. Have some cotton candy? Whatever. Now let's go on the fucking Tilt World thing. But I'm the one who can't have my kids, right?
So I'm Connor Ward. I'm doing a scene from I Hate Hamlet by Paul Rudnick, which is this actor who plays Hamlet is realizing he doesn't necessarily like acting. Last night, right from the start, I knew that I was bombing. I sounded big and phony, real thee and thou. And then I start to rush it. Hi, what's new Denmark? I just couldn't get a hold of it. I couldn't connect. And while I'm up there babbling, I look out and there in the second row is this guy, this kid, like 16, obviously dragged there, and he's yawning, and he's tapping his foot, and he's reading his program. And I thought, hey kid, I'm with you. I can't stand this either. But I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. So I keep feeling worse and worse, just drowning. And I thought, well, all of my questions are answered. I'm no actor. I'm not Hamlet. What am I even doing up here? And then comes the soliloquy, the big shot, and I'm right in the headlights. And I thought, hell with it. Just do it. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. And I keep going. And I finish that speech. And I look out, and there's that kid, and he's listening. The whole audience, complete silence, total focus, and I was Hamlet. And that lasted about 10 more seconds. And then I was back in hell. And I stayed there. But for that brief moment, for that little bit, I had it. I got it. Hamlet. And only 8,000 more lines to go.
Maybe I'll take it off when I'm in my walk.
When you do the introduction, you'll describe what the scene, the room, and all that a little bit.
Okay. Just so you remember, I'm Katrina and Kathleen and Connor, and we are doing a scene from Ripcord by
David Lindsay Abaire?
yes, David Lindsay Abaire.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the first scene.
So we don't need to tell you very much about it.
But
But
tell
we
us-
can
tell us
describe the room.
Yeah.
Okay, the room. Yes. This is one half of the room. And this is the other half of the room.
There's bed.
Beds,
Window.
window.
Yeah, so it's one, just tell them just where you are. There's one room, there's two beds, you're cohabitating, right?
We're in a
nursing home.
retirement.
Yes,
Facility.
retirement facility. Yeah, there's a window off to the stage left,
Yeah.
our right side. Yeah, great.
Hey, Abby, you didn't want to come down to the dining room?
Am I there?
That's all right. I brought some lunch up for you.
Why bother? I can't taste anything anyways.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's going on 2 months now. Which may be a blessing given what they serve down there.
It's very common losing your sense of taste.
Oh. No, it's not.
It happens to a lot of our residents. It's the medications. Certain combinations do funny things.
Oh. Are you a doctor now?
No, I'll leave your lunch there for when you get hungry. It's shrimp marinara.
Can't taste it anyways.
Okay.
How long is that woman supposed to be here?
What do you mean?
Well, it's been 3 weeks now, and she never stops talking. How long is this supposed to go on?
This is where she lives now, Abby.
Well, yes, for now.
Not just for now, indefinitely. This is her room now, same as you.
But I thought that she was gonna get a room once a bed opened up. And from what I hear, that woman, that fat woman on the first floor, died last night.
Mrs. Moore. Her name was Mrs. Moore.
Well, I can't remember everyone's names. She's dead, isn't she?
She passed away, yes.
Well, then there's a room that's open.
I think she prefers this room. She likes the view of the park. I think she's really happy here.
Well, all I know is that I thought that I was going to have my own room. I've always had my own room.
No, that's not true.
Well, there was that Spanish lady here for a little while, but after her,
If there's space, we try to accommodate you. But there's not always space, and you don't have a private room.
well, not officially, maybe, but
Well, if you and your family want to pay for a private room,
if I have to have someone, how about someone quiet? Like that woman without the voice box. She seems nice.
so is Marilyn. You just need to give her a chance.
No, that woman is troubled, Scotty. I think there's something wrong with her. She's always trying to make little bets and things.
What do you mean bets? What kind of bets?
I don't know, stupidest things, like this morning, she thought she could race me to the elevator. And last night, she bet she could balance a little slipper on her head.
Well, could she?
I don't know. I rolled over.
Well, I can't force her to leave, Abby.
Well, management could. Charlie Hastings always made sure I had my own room,
Well, Charlie doesn't work here anymore.
which is a shame. Charlie liked me.
I like you too, but I'm not in charge of room assignments. Miss LaRusso is.
Well, you're friends with her, aren't you? I always see you in her office watching those little cat videos or whatever they are. They must be funny the way you two carry on.
They're not cat videos.
No?
Well, not all of them.
Well, just talk to her for me.
You talk to her. Be your own advocate.
That never works. Besides, Miss LaRusso doesn't like me.
Because you're mean to her.
You know, her problem is she has no sense of humor. Charlie Hastings thought I was hilarious.
Because he was drunk.
Would you leave that man alone?
He had a serious drinking problem, which is why he doesn't work here anymore.
All I know is that he did whatever I asked him to. If he was here, that woman would have been gone by now.
There she is.
Here I am.
How are you feeling today?
I feel great, thank you. Just got back from my walk.
Oh, are you doing that now?
Every day after lunch, twice around the park. Me and Alice and Sally, Mr. Hands comes along sometimes. I invited Abby, but she doesn't like the exercise.
It's not the exercise I don't like.
Did you make my bed again, Scotty? I told you you didn't have to do that. I'm only going to mess it up again. I'm a restless sleeper.
And she snores.
It's true.
I had to get earplugs.
My Oliver used to boot me out of bed. Usually it's the husband on the couch, but with us it was me. Poor man.
My thought exactly.
Isn't she awful, Scotty?
She is. Awful. I'll be back in a minute.
We missed you in the dining room. You should see it down Halloween. Pumpkins on the walls, skeletons, black cats. You'd love it.
And why would you think that?
They're like classroom decorations. And Mr. Hans said you used to be a teacher. Grade school, he said. How he got it out of you, I don't know. You never tell me anything.
My plants are droopy.
Teacher makes sense, though. I can picture it. I bet you were very stern with the children. I was an office assistant in my husband's business. Did I mention he was a skydiving instructor?
Several times.
We were based out of Alexandria Field. The stories I could tell you, boy. My children run the business now. They're good kids. They'd do anything for me. Did you hear Mrs. Moore died? Poor thing. She went in her sleep. Such a nice woman.
Such a nice room.
Room?
Well, too bad she's dead, but silver linings, right?
How do you mean?
Well, that room, it's prime real estate in this place. First floor, next to the mailboxes and the day room. Less walking, more space.
Are you thinking of changing rooms?
Oh, what? No, I'm not thinking of changing rooms.
Oh, well, you sounded so enamored of it.
I only thought you might be interested in it.
Oh, no. I'm very happy where I am. There's much more sunlight up here.
No, there isn't.
Sure there is. We don't have our view blocked from that building like they do downstairs. And you can see the park from up here. There's that bench that you like to sit on. It's a lovely view.
Well, I guess I never noticed.
Well, that's a waste. You being so close to the window. Maybe you'd like to switch beds?
I would not.
Don't blame you. It's the nicest spot in the room. Did I show you this? My grandson made it for me, Caleb. So sweet. Do you know what it is?
A pap smear.
It's a fire truck.
Well, I don't see it.
He loves fire trucks. Ambulances too. Anything with a siren. He can hear them from blocks away. He gets a big grin on his face and flies to the window to watch them pass. They make him so happy.
Well, I think it's creepy.
Creepy?
Well, yes, those sirens that are blaring. It means people are dying.
Oh, come on now.
Well, it's true. Sirens mean that there's a car accident, or somebody has fallen down the stairs, or house is on fire. That's what those sirens mean. People in pain.
Caleb doesn't know any of that. It's just a fire truck to him.
Well, when you've heard as many fires, sirens, things like that than I have, then you know it's nothing to be excited about. Is he okay? I mean, in the head? Caleb,
What kind of question is that?
well, you just have to wonder if he's chasing after fire trucks. My son never did that. Normal boys don't do that.
Of course they do. You're just trying to get a rise out of me. You have a son, huh? What's his name?
Barbara.
You should eat. There's cobbler. It's very good.
Doesn't matter, I can't taste it anyways.
Oh, is that still going on?
You know it is. And I love cobbler.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't think you are. I think you're gloating. I think you're angry that I made fun of your grandson's painting.
Oh, I don't get angry.
You don't get angry.
Not anymore, no. There's no point. It always leads to an ugly place, and I don't care for ugly places. How's the cobbler?
Tastes like paste.
It's peach. I remembered you said that was your mother's specialty, so I put in a special request.
Well, it's too late for peaches. It's a summer fruit.
Have you ever done these? Sudoku. I do them every day. Keep my brain limber. Sudoku. They're from Japan?
Yes, I know.
Would you like to try one?
No, thank you. What do you mean, you put in a special request?
I talked to Miss LaRusso. I said, is there any way we could get peach cobbler on the menu? And she said, I don't know why not. Let me talk to the kitchen.
So you just asked her, and she said, no problem?
She's very nice to me.
Did you hear that, Scott? Miss LaRusso is very nice to Marilyn.
Well, Marilyn is very nice to Miss LaRusso. Funny how that works.
Hey, bartender, could you make mine a double?
Oh, I think you've had enough, ma'am. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut you off.
We do that every day.
I know.
Here you go.
Will you talk to her? Just put in the request.
What request?
Chicken and dumplings. If she can ask for cobbler, then I can ask for dumplings.
Did Scotty show you his card? He's an actor, you know.
Oh, you're an actor.
Well, not a professional.
No.
Give her your card, Scotty.
Yes, Scotty, give me a card.
Sure.
He was passing them out at lunch. They're for a play he's in.
Oh, it's not a play.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it was for a play.
Beelzebub's Den.
It's a haunted house.
That's even better than a play.
Me and my friends every year go down to Pottsville and rent out a warehouse and we decorate it. We get into costumes, we put on makeup. It's really pretty scary.
Well, seems like a weird thing to invite residents to.
I just thought it would be a fun thing to do for everyone to see what I do outside of this place.
Well, does Miss LaRusso know that you want to give us all heart attacks?
No one's going to have a heart attack.
Well, it says right here on the card. Heart-stopping horror. Heart-stopping.
I want to go.
Oh, that's great. You should.
I'm gonna.
Excellent. That puts me at 39.
39 what?
Tickets. Me and my buddies each need to sell 40 tickets to break even on the cost of the warehouse.
Oh, you have to come, Abby.
No.
You made 40.
No, I don't think so.
But he needs to sell tickets, and we should support Scotty and his dreams.
Oh, it's not really a dream. It's more of kind
All the nice things he does for us around here.
What nice things.
Making our beds, bringing our pills.
Those aren't nice things. Those are things that he gets paid to do.
It's a $12 ticket. Throw the boy a bone.
I will not.
And you wonder why no one will do you any favors.
What favors? LaRusso?
You want me to talk to her for you, and yet...
Well, are you saying that you would be more inclined to put in a good word if I was to go to your spook house?
I'm just saying it would have been a nice gesture. That's all.
I didn't realize you were a scratch-my-back kind of guy, Scotty.
Well, you don't really know me, do you?
You know, I'd be happy to talk to LaRusso if you really want dumplings so badly.
No, I want Scotty to do it. He knows the kind I like.
I do. And if you're willing to be a little nicer, I can try to get them for you.
Fine. I'll see the damn show.
Yes! 40!
I'm Emily, and again, the play is A Lie of the Mind by Sam Shepard, and I play Lorraine, the mom, whose grown son has moved back home after a domestic abuse situation. Here now, come on, just try a sip. That's all I'm asking, just a simple sip. I'm not asking for the whole bowl, we'll work up to that slow. Just a tiny little old sip for now. Jake, sit up here and drink this soup. I am sick of babying you. I don't know why in the world you insist on getting so worked up over a woman. Look at you. I've never in my life seen you looking so put down. You must have lost 30 or 40 pounds. A woman ain't worth that kind of loss, believe you me. Not that she was such a looker. I can't even remember what she looked like, to tell you the truth, but she couldn't have been all that great. Someone will come along sooner or later. You're a strong, strapping man. Sure, you got some age on you, but that don't matter when you got a strong frame. Your daddy was still good looking at the age of 60, even though the bottle had walked across his face a few times over. His face was a mess, I'll admit that. I'll be the first to admit that, but that don't matter when you got a strong frame. Still managed to twirl my ticket, I'll tell you that much. Now someone's gonna come along sooner or later just dying to be engulfed in those bony arms of yours. Now, just try this soup. Just do me a little favor. Do we need to play helicopter like we used to? Man overboard, man overboard. Looks like he may be drowning. Now, oh, take it slow, You don't need this chair.
I'm still Ed Price, and this is a monologue with Father Flynn from the production of Doubt, talking about the uncertainty and isolation of doubt. 30 years older. Further back? Okay. She tells me the floor squeaks, so. Hey,
I get that line.
What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon tonight. When you look for God's direction and can't find it. Last year, when President Kennedy was assassinated, who among us did not experience the most profound disorientation, despair? What now? Which way? What can I tell my children? What do I tell myself? It was a time of people sitting together, bound together by a common feeling of hopelessness. But think about that. Your bond with your fellow beings was your despair. It was a public experience shared by everyone in our society. It was awful. But we were in it together. How much worse then is it for the lone man, the lone woman, stricken by some private calamity? Nobody knows I'm sick. Nobody knows I've lost my last real friend. Nobody knows I've done something wrong. Imagine the isolation. It's as if you see the world through a window, and on one side of the glass, happy, untroubled people, and on the other side, you. Something has happened. You have to carry it, and it's incommunicable. For those who are so stricken, only God knows their pain, their secret, the secret of their alienating sorrow. And when such a person as they must turns their eyes to the skies and howls to God, "Help me!" What if no answer comes? Silence. I want to tell you a story. A cargo ship sank. All her crew was lost. Only this one sailor survived. He made a raft from some spars, and being of a nautical discipline, he turned his eyes to the heavens and read the stars. He set a course for home and, exhausted, fell asleep. Clouds rolled in and blanketed the sky. And for the next 20 nights, as he floated on the vast ocean, he could no longer see the stars. He thought he was on course, but there was no way to be certain. And as the days rolled on, and he wasted away from fever and thirst and starvation, he began to have doubts. Had he set the course right? Was he going towards home, or was he horribly lost, doomed to some terrible death? No way to know. The story of the constellations, had he imagined it because of his desperate circumstance? Or had he seen truth once, and now he had to hold on to it with no further reassurance? That was his dilemma on a voyage with no apparent end. There are those of you in church today who know exactly the crisis of faith that I describe. And I want to say to you, doubt can be a bond as powerful and sustaining as certainty. When you are lost, you are not alone. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
All right, I'm Katrina Zavalny, and I am doing a monologue called I Ate the Divorce Papers from the play Goodbye Charles by Gabrielle Davis. And this play is about how this woman's husband disappeared, and all of a sudden she receives some divorce papers in the mail. And so you're kind of seeing the time when she receives that and her high emotions. All right, here we go. I ate them. That's right, Charles. I ate the divorce papers. And I ate them with ketchup. And they were good. Good! You want me to get serious about this divorce? See, the thing is, Charles, you always called this marriage a joke. So let's use some logic here. If A, we never had a serious marriage, then B, we can't have a serious divorce. thing was a joke to you, Charles. A farce. A farce that tasted good with ketchup. Wasn't it just last week when your father asked you why you walked me down the aisle? And you said, for the exercise? Oh. I'm laughing, not crying. I'm laughing because you were about to give up on a woman who was infinitely lovable. For instance, Paul. Paul has loved me since the 8th grade. Yeah, I know he's a little creepy, but that guy loves me. I mean, really loves me. He's written me over 60 love sonnets. He's proposed 47 times. That guy sees something in me, Charles, and he writes it down in metered verses. That's not something you just come across every day. Someone who loves you for everything that you are as a person. I could never ask him to just throw away his feelings for me. No. But that's what you're asking me to do for you, Charles. To throw away my feelings. To throw away that sweet voice of yours, Charles. And those baby brown eyes. I don't want to lose those things. I don't want to lose you. I can't. I won't. So the truth is, Charles, I hate the divorce papers. Because I can't stomach the thought of losing you. Oh, you need it. Sorry.
I don't think I'll bother taking my coat off this time. I'm Kathleen. My monologue is from the North Plan by Jason Wells. And welcome to 80-year-old Tanya. That fucker is gonna cost me permanent custody of my kids to my ex-shithead, who's just been waiting for me to go back to fucking jail again. Which now I fucking am. gonna have a fucking field day taking total fucking custody of my kids. My ex-shithead's dumb ass retard of a friend, Larry Carney. Larry Carney. Fucker walks in, hasn't said shit to me in years. Hey, Tanya, let me buy you a drink, Tanya. What you having? Duh. Finally, I'm leaving. He's like, don't you get another DUI, Tanya. I'm like, don't you get one, dumbass. I'm halfway home, I'm like, that fucker's gonna call the cops on me. That's why he was buying me all them Long Island teas. Gonna get me drunk and testify against me in a court of law. So, I take the back roads home, driving like 5 miles an hour, all up in the steering wheel, looking out the window, the windshield, stopping every 10 minutes, run around the fucking car, try to get some oxygen. The fuck did that look like, you think? This morning I woke up, I'm like, Larry Carney is gonna fuck me over for Jean's in-laws. I mean, Jean's family. My in-laws. Jean, my murdering ex-shithead. He tried to kill me in the bathtub, you know. Jean did. Tried to fucking drown me in the bathtub, and I'd be dead right now, except he fucking pussied out. Got me all drunk and held my head under. I saw white fucking lights, dude. I mean, I saw the fucking tunnel, you know? Finally, I twisted all around till just my mouth was out of the water, and I said, please, Jean, don't fucking drown me, and he stopped. I can't do it, I can't do it, boo-hoo, I'm like, you tried to kill me, you cock! He's like, I know. Then you know what he did? Took me to the fucking carnival. I kid you not. I'm so sorry, have some cotton candy? Whatever. Now let's go ride on the fucking tilt world thing. But I'm the one. Can't have my kids, right? Do you need the check?
No. So I'm Connor Ward. I'm doing a scene from I Hate Hamlet by Nick Pudnick. And about the person who plays Hamlet who doesn't necessarily like acting. Last night, right from the start, I knew that I was bombing. I sounded big and phony, real, and bow. I just couldn't get a hold of it. I just couldn't connect. And then I start to rush it. Hi, what's new in Denmark? While I'm up here babbling, I look out and there in the second row is this guy, this kid, like 16, obviously dragged here, and he's yawning, and he's reading his program, and he's tapping his foot. And I thought, hey kid, I'm with you. I can't stand this either. But I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. So I just keep feeling worse and worse, just drowning. And I thought, well, all of my questions are answered. I'm not Hamlet. I'm no actor. What am I even doing up here? And then comes the soliloquy, the big shot, and I'm right in the headlights. And I thought, hell with it, just do it. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. And I keep going. And I finish that speech. I look out and there's that kid, and he's listening. The whole audience, complete focus, total silence, and I was Hamlet. That lasted about 10 seconds. And then I was back in hell. And I stayed there. But for that brief moment, for that little bit, I had it. I got it. Hamlet. And only 8,000 more lines to go.
Yeah, I will tell them. So I'm Emily again, and Ed, and we are doing a scene from a play called Thinner Than Water by Melissa Ross. And so this is a cafe, coffee shop, if you will, so, multiple tables. And so the scene is that I'm again a mother. Ed is volunteering in the Big Brother program, and he is big brother to my son, and we are meeting over a situation that has occurred under those premises. So.
Not a great time, Cass. Yeah. yeah, not a great time. Yeah, yeah, I know. I've gotta go. I gotta go. Hi. Hi. Hey. Sorry, that was family stuff. That was family stuff. So thanks for meeting me.
Uh-huh.
I got you a chocolate.
You're lucky you still have an ass.
Yeah, listen.
I have got a guy a half a block away waiting for my signal. And if I give him one, you're going to need to get some help. Because you are going to be scraping pieces of your ass off the sidewalk for like a really long time. And you're going to have to scrape it all up so that you could put your shit back together again so that you have an ass and not just a pile of ass pulp.
Like Humpty Dumpty.
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Not really in a laughy, jokey, ha-ha kind of mood.
Sorry.
I'm in a watch out, get the confetti, order the clown, send out the invites because woo-hoo, here comes the freak out party kind of mood.
I hate clowns.
What?
Nothing.
Did you say you hate clowns?
Making conversation.
Because I will get the guy to beat you up in a clown costume. And he will twist you up like an animal balloon. And when he's done with you, you'll look like an animal balloon.
You wanna sit maybe?
No, I am way too worked up.
Okay.
I'm not sure how long I'm staying.
Okay.
The jury's still deliberating.
We can stand. That's cool. Oh, hey. I brought you this.
What is it?
Comics, video games.
Why would I want that?
It's not for you, it's for your son.
I don't want my son picking up whores and killing people.
No guns, no horse. I promise I checked it out. It's all pretty much PG related stuff.
He's 8.
It's all pretty much G related stuff.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, sure.
You know, you can't buy my kid, you know.
I know. It's just an apology, that's all.
Okay?
I felt really badly, so
Well, you
I wanted to
should.
apologize. Huh?
You should.
Why, I do.
You should feel bad.
I really do.
You should hate yourself.
That's a little harsh,
No,
isn't it?
you should hate yourself.
Okay, I hate myself.
Good. Maybe now you won't go to hell. So is that it?
Is what it?
Is that why you wanted to meet me? Because if it is, I've got somewhere to be, so I'll just
Listen,
take my
Angela,
care.
I've got a lot going on right now.
You ripped my baby's heart out of his little chest and you pulverized it. He had one hope left, that people weren't assholes, and you took that away from him. So what do you want? Forgiveness? For a bag of comics and a kid's sad little broken heart? Okay, fine. You need that to go on with your life? Here you go, Gary. I accept your apology.
I really am, though.
You know, people like you are always apologizing, and maybe you mean it at the time, but who cares? Because there's still all this shit piled up that you're sorry for in the first place.
I know.
And it piles up, and it piles up.
I know.
And pretty soon, everyone is buried in shit, and you're still saying, I'm sorry. Do you know what he said when you didn't show? He said, I knew he wasn't going to come. And then he went into his room and he shut the door. He didn't cry, he just went into his room and stayed there the rest of the night.
Now I really do hate myself.
You should stay in that.
I didn't mean to disappoint him.
Sure you did. You are a grown-ass man. You should know by now who you are and what you do, so just stop doing it. You know, I looked you in the eye and I said, here's the situation. Are you capable?
I know.
And you said yes. You swore up and down. You promised me. And even though you were a little rough around the edges, I thought, well, you know, who isn't? And so, I thought I'd give you a chance. Stop saying I know, because clearly you don't know.
Oh, sorry.
And stop saying sorry. Sorry is not gonna cut it. Look, you fucked up in a really big way.
I know. Fuck! Sorry. Fuck! I don't know what to say. I don't know
Then
what to say.
just don't say anything, just shut up.
But
Shut it.
Okay.
I am so fucking tired.
Yeah.
Gary, I hope you get it together sometime. I really do. But
I had a family situation.
what kind of a family situation?
My father was in the hospital, and so I was in and out of the hospital all day, and I didn't want to use that as an excuse, so I wasn't going to say anything, but
But you are, though.
I'm what?
You are using it as an excuse.
No, I'm not.
You're
but
what?
I don't know. I've had a really shitty couple of days.
Yeah, me too. Look, I hope your dad gets better. I really do.
He's not going to be getting any better.
Well, then, I hope he doesn't get any worse.
He's not going to be getting anything, because he's kind of dead.
What?
He's dead. Kinda.
What do you mean, kinda? There is no kinda. He's either dead or he isn't dead.
Fine. He is all the way dead. He is really dead. Yesterday morning he was still just kind of dead, but now he is really, truly, officially dead. So there you go. He's not going to be getting any better or worse anytime soon. He is all the way, no turning back, dead. It's no big deal. It is what it is.
I'm really sorry.
Don't say it. I mean, I know that's what you're supposed to say, but we weren't pals. We didn't go fishing or anything. I have his eyes and his shitwater hair. Yeah, apparently his knack for disappointing people. But you know, we weren't all that close otherwise, so don't feel bad for me.
Okay.
I'm not grieving or anything. You can still hit my guts if you want to.
Okay. People really fuck up their kids, huh?
Yeah.
They fuck them up huge. Not me, though. I'm a good mom.
I see that.
I am. You know, why didn't you just call when you weren't going to show? How hard is that?
I was gonna, and then I didn't. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot going on, and so I forgot.
Maybe you should start writing stuff down. And maybe you should quit smoking so much weed.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
You think?
Yeah.
Gary, I'm sorry it didn't work out. I really am. Thank you for the comic books.
Hey, Angela. I know you gotta go, but if you got a minute, if you just have a minute, I promise it won't take long. So, I asked you to come here today to meet me because I wanted to apologize, which I did, but I also have a favor I need.
From me.
Yeah.
You want to ask me for a favor.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do it over the phone. I wanted to do it face to face.
I'm probably not your best bet for a favor.
I know.
All right.
Okay. So,
I didn't say yes yet.
okay. Well, thank you for letting me ask. So I was wondering, would you maybe consider giving me a second chance
A second chance.
to prove myself?
To who?
You.
Why would I want to do that?
I don't know.
Not a compelling answer.
Because I think I could maybe do this. You know, I think I could be pretty good at this. And
Could, maybe? What is that?
I think I could. I can. I think I can. Maybe if you, okay. I think maybe I could. I think maybe I would. Could or would, whatever the right one is, that's the one I'm gonna do. I promise that's the one. If you give me a second chance, I'll listen. I got two options right now. I can be the person that continues to fuck shit up, or I can try to not be that person. And I want to try to not be. So, I know how your son feels. It really, really sucks to feel that way. And I don't want to be the person that makes people feel like that.
My kid is not a roulette wheel. He's not a free trial.
I know. I just...
He deserves more than, I think I'll see what I can do. He deserves 100%. Can you give him that?
I can give him the
Can
best
you
I can.
give him 100%?
I can give him 95%.
Be good, Gary.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Thanks for coming to see me.
4 o'clock Thursday. You bring this to the house yourself. Can you do that?
I think I have to check.
Yes or no?
I have to check my schedule.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Thursday.
4 o'clock.
Okay, you bring this to the house and you apologize to him, and if he wants to accept your apology, then that is fine. He can do that.
Okay.
It's up to him. But if he decides to say screw you, he can do that too.
Okay.
And if you fuck this up and don't show, it's you and a clown in a dark alley. No third chances, no excuses. If you blow this, it's no more ass for you, Humpty Dumpty. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Right. We are on the same page then.
Hey, Angela.
Yeah?
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, sure.